faster than a speeding typewriter, more powerful than a printing press, able to speak over tall buildings in a single sound. Look, up on the dial!
It's a conservative!
It's a liberal!
It's Supermouth! Yes, it's Supermouth, strange visitor from the past with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal talk show hosts. Supermouth, who can change the course of local politics, bend ears with his bare mouth, and who, disguised as Mike Wiley, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan radio show, fights a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and the American way.
What I think I saw, my hypothesis for what I think I saw is that there is an invasion taking place. You know, it's not a sleeper cell because it's on the move, but I started to think of them as sleepwalkers. And there's also a massive migration, and the migration is causing us to have difficulty discussing the invasion, which is a distinct phenomenon.
And different simply from desperate peasants from poor countries coming here for work.
There was no desperation in evidence, and Michael also gave us a video, which I can't establish the origin of, but it is a Chinese cartoon set to happy music of a migrant moving through Central America, changing modes of transportation, and it basically indicates here's the route you will travel. Now, was it produced by the CCP? I can't be certain of that, but that certainly is suggested that this is a message about how to make this journey. For what purpose, I don't know. But I do not believe that the people I encountered had left China without the knowledge of their government. I believe their government has some reason to have facilitated.
But the administration must be aware of this.
Our administration?
Yes.
It is, but here's the problem I've been wrestling with. It used to be that it was hard to convince people that our system was deeply corrupt. Back in the days when those of us who were focused on this issue used to talk about campaign finance reform,
right?
It was a problem, that you could grapple with. It was of that scale. Now it's like a whole different level of corruption, right? And here's the question that I've never heard a good answer to. What stops our enemies internationally from buying influence over our system in the same way that corporations do and did?
Okay, this is a special edition show because it has to be. We do these shows usually every week, and we talk to you about stuff. We present information so that you can understand what the F is going on with our country. But I need to move forward on this, whether anybody else is or not, because I've seen too much documentation that tells me that our nation's at war. Hold on. Okay, that's just Morse code for those of you that don't have internet. We can't lose our personalities in this battle. But I'm prepared. This is it. Okay? They're here. We know they're here. We know why they're here. We know who's putting them here. And if we don't do a damn thing, I'm sorry, do you really think there's going to be an election in 2024? Come on, wake up. There's not going to be any election. There's going to be invasion from China and whoever's in the White House at the time, probably Michelle Obama, unless Kamala gets traded to the Mexican border or something. Our country's gone. Our country's gone. There's only one way to save it. Okay. Now think about it. If you're going to be a military strategist, all right, let's do a little Sun Tzu thinking, because we're fighting the Chinese. The Chinese want us to look this way while they're pulling up shit over here. Now we have a little clue of what the hell they planned. I'm going to show you a video, and that's probably already ran. I probably already showed you the video, so you know what I'm about to talk about. It's a video that there was a gentleman on one of Tucker Carlson's show who's a biologist, and he knows a ton of stuff. And he was in the Panama City area, Panama actually, and viewing the illegals and everything. And he came across, and we've already covered this, he came across the Chinese encampment. That's where all the Chinese military men are, who are being infiltrated into the United States along with other migrants. So we don't know that we're being invaded, but we are being invaded. Matter of fact, just the other day, I don't know if it was Fox or Newsmax, but someone was talking about the fact that they have found Chinese soldiers, these young 25-year-olds that are here for attacking America, practicing sniping. So they got sniper rifles, and I don't know what they're going to do, whether they're going to kill somebody that we want to see president. Who knows? This is not going to be a long show. This is actually a donation show, because I have to go to war, you have to come with me, and it's going to cost some money. And so we started a organization back in 2008 called the Alliance of Free States. That's because, I don't know, maybe God just told me, but I knew we were going to have problems if this piece of garbage from Indonesia got into the White House, even though he's not an American. Hussein the Drain, we refer to him as, and he's just flushing the country down the toilet. So we started this organization. We ended up we started a radio show where I was buying the time, so I didn't have to follow the FCC things about being blacklisted. As long as I was paying for the time, then the station could say, hey, it's a paid programming. So we started that, and then we actually ran for the U.S. Senate in Nevada, going up against Harry Reid, and this one woman who could have won. The problem was that her campaign management didn't lock her into a closet for the last 2 weeks of the campaign. Otherwise, she'd have won. No, they let her keep going out there and saying stupid shit. And Harry Reid won the election. Won re-election. So I've lived in Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas. And I'm doing this because somebody has to. Somebody has to. You want to call me a whack job, a lunatic? Go ahead. But I don't know how many lunatics present actual documentation for you, like the video you just saw of this map in Chinese. Okay, and it's telling people, instructing them in Chinese, so it's not for Mexicans, how to go up to the border. It's only one problem. They get on the bike, and the last leg is to California. It's not to Texas. Well, wait a minute. What the hell's going on? Why are the Chinese telling the Chinese people to go to California? If you don't know that answer, I will tell you. Okay? Maybe you haven't seen enough TV shows about the Chinese that came over in the 1800s because of war and famine in China, and they came to the United States. Maybe that's why there's lots of Asians in California, Seattle, Vancouver. Yeah. If you were Chinese and you were going to take over a segment of the United States, because you can't take America in whole, and you can't do anything about the farms. You got to keep the farms because otherwise your people will starve. So you really can't attack America, but you can take a section of it while America is sleeping. Okay, maybe California is run by some idiot or purposeful idiot to destroy his whole state economically, so that when the Chinese do come in and take over, people are going to go, "Hey, this is much better, huh?" So here's the deal. We need to raise money because we need to begin our process of exposing the situation, attacking the blue zones, okay? The blue zones, that's the first land invasion section. Yeah. The blue zone represents Democrats. That's where the Democrats are. They've invaded those areas. They've purposely invaded those areas. They have purposely funneled people into the cities so that they can control the United States as a democracy. Okay, because they have more people to vote in certain areas, so they can run all the things about the state. They don't have to control a whole bunch of it. Okay. The only problem is we're going to go ahead and we're going to suggest the Great Secession. And we've picked out 10 states that are red states, red geographical states that are run by blue zone communists, Marxists, progressives, whatever the hell you want to call them. They're the enemy, okay? They're in the White House. They've captured D.C. They've captured New York. Why do you think they're attacking Trump the way they are? Because they know they can't beat him in an election, okay? You don't see a court in a red section taking him to court or filing a court against him. No, they have to go where they've got paid informant judges who are full of shit, okay, don't care about the law, and we've seen it. The E. Jean Carroll thing, that's pathetic. That's pathetic. That's like having somebody come in and arrest me for killing 27 people I've never met before in my life, and I killed them up in Alaska, even though I've never been to Alaska. The courts are going to find me guilty. Okay, all this shit's going on in front of us. I've had enough. And I'm just sitting in my chair thinking about stuff. And I'm going, pardon this expression, but fuck this. Are you going to let them take our country? Are you? You're going to just watch them? Huh? If you've got one of these, then you're signed in. Okay, and you're probably going to need a sniper rifle or an AR-15 or whatever, because evidently they're planning to do damage to us. Here's how they're going to do it. Okay, we've already seen some videos, right? Remember, what was it? Red Dawn 1, which was the Russians coming in, and then Red Dawn 2 was the Chinese coming in, and then they went, wait, you can't use the Chinese to come in because they're going to come in. We don't want to inform people that the Chinese are going to invade the country, so let's make them North Koreans. So it was real easy to just change it from Chinese to North Koreans. But yeah, the original movie was going to be about the Chinese coming in and taking over the Northwest. Why? Well, maybe because there's 15% of the population is Asian up and down the coast. Coast. Are you telling me that Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Vancouver, those 4 major ports will be in Chinese hands? The Chinese are going to be able to come over and load all the shit up they want, drop in troops, whatever. It's a beachhead, okay? Even aliens know to attack Los Angeles. If you hadn't seen the movie Battle Los Angeles, where do you think the thought process comes from? Of course, they needed water to keep power for all their stuff because they figured out a way how to turn water into energy. We haven't figured that out yet. So this is not a long video. You'll notice I'm not showing you any documentation. You saw that video of the map. You've seen my shows. If you haven't, you can go up on Rumble or YouTube. Most of them are on Rumble. We've just started uploading shows to YouTube to educate yourself on what the hell's going on. Okay? Now, you can believe the major Marxist media and everything they're saying, especially about Trump and stuff, or you can be an I am Trumper. I am Trump. Okay? Trump is me. I am Trump. That's why the button says that. So here's the situation. We need to begin a concerted effort to communicate to Washington State, Oregon State, California, and Nevada, and Colorado. We know Colorado because Colorado's a red state, but it's got a section of blue. See, there's Colorado. Can you guess what location in Colorado the courts decided that Trump should be taken off the ballot? Can you guess what area? Look up here. New York. Can you guess what area in New York the courts decided to go against Trump and all this other bullshit? Huh? Okay, Georgia. Oh, here's Georgia. Oh, what's this blue area here? Is that Atlanta? Fulton County? Get the message? Our nation is under attack. This large portion of the nation is under attack. They're taking it by piecemeal. But they can also lose by piecemeal. Okay? Now, what's going on right now? They're invading Texas. Oh, they're going to invade Texas. Yeah, let's get all the 25 states that are red that are donating soldiers to Texas. And then the Chinese are going to attack right up here. You saw the video, see? Doesn't this area look familiar, huh? Mexico, bam, right up here. Right up the blue. They're going to go in. They're going to take over all these blue areas. What do we know about the blue areas? Number one, they're filled with Asians. And number two, they are economically destroyed because the Democrats have been running those cities. We know that. We know that the Democrats have destroyed our country for 50 years. There's a video that Tucker just put out of him being in Russia, and he shows the Moscow subway system, and it's gorgeous. And then you look at a New York video of ours, and it's like ridiculous. We should hire the Russians to come over and run our cities and throw the damn Democrats out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at war. We're at war. Now you can stay on your recliner or on your couch and just sit back and let the rest of us fight this war, or you can get involved, okay? Because we need at least 10 million armed Americans to fight this shit, okay? It's already starting. Matter of fact, I understand one of the shooters, okay, one of the shooters in Kansas City is an illegal alien. They're criminals. They were sent over here by the people who want to take Mexico, extend Mexico out a bit, huh? So you got the Chinese, you're going to take this coast. The Chinese aren't interested in Texas. And you're going to go, well, Mike, there's lots of oil in Texas. Yeah? There's lots of oil right up here in Alaska. Oh! And they can take containers, tankers, go up to Alaska and get all the oil they want. They're attacking the oil fields. Ever see any movies where the oil fields are being attacked? That's what the Chinese doing. I'm telling you, that's what they're doing. And I don't need a fortune cookie to read it to tell you about it. Logic dictates it. Logic dictates that that's what they're doing. And you got the cartel deal with the Chinese, right? We're sending all these people across so they can sell all their fentanyl and shit. Well, hell, look at this. Here's blue. Why don't they just come in and take that area out? And then look at all of New Mexico. Oh, it's already got the word Mexico in it. And then here's Arizona and here's California. They're going to take it back. It's going to be the Gadsden return. For those of you who don't know history, there's a thing called the Gadsden Purchase. Well, this is the Gadsden return. So this is not going to be a long video. Not going to be a long video. I've said my piece. Now here's the deal. We need help. We need financial help. So we put together a package. It's a membership package. An annual membership. Actually, it's a lifetime membership. You only have to do this once. You send $125 to the Alliance of Free States. You go up on the website, alliance-of-free-states.com. All you have to do is type in alliance- and it'll come up. Go to the donate page and click on to buy a membership package. The membership package includes 100%, 99.9% silver, 250th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party, and I'm from Boston, gang. So this is the China Tea Party. And the funny part was, it was Chinese tea they were dumping, Indian Chinese tea dumping into the ocean. So they're back for more. So you get this. You get a signed copy of the Diary of Hillary's Right-Wing Conspirator. This will take you through the first 4 years of the war in America, which started in 1991 when the Chinese, the Soviets gave up Russia. They said, all right, that's it. We're done screwing the country. We've been screwing it for 70 years, and it looks like New York. So we're going to get out and let Putin take over, somebody else take over, and have the country look nice finally. So there you have it. So this book goes into detail of what you're never told. All right, talks about our gun rights attack and everything, picnics and patriots, campaigning. If you're planning on campaigning, we're ready to help you. We've already set up the Wiley Information Network to help people who are campaigning for office, just in case there's an election. Okay, just in case there's an election. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath. Now, you'll notice I'm wearing a shirt. Okay, it's the green, because Florida, we have lots of green. And you've got the Florida state flag. Florida Pirates is the nickname of this group. Okay, don't tread on me. Have you seen? Oh, look, it's the same one. Does that mean that after 200 years, we're telling people to get the fuck off us? We can't let it go away. We can't lose the nation to these assholes. And then this is our insignia, the Betsy Ross flag, but it says time to start over. And that's what we want to do. It's time to start over by state. We're going to go by state. This is how it's going to work. Each state re-signs into a convention, and we remove the 17th Amendment and the 16th Amendment, which are violations of state and constitutional law. I don't give a shit what anybody else says. Okay? We're separating. We're going to separate the blue zones. They can keep them, but they can't vote in our elections anymore. All right? And then when we take these 10 red states that are controlled by blue zones, like Illinois, New York. This is New York, almost all red. Okay, here's Minnesota. Here's Somaliland. This is where they put this. Obama put the Somalis. Obama showed us what he was doing. He was going to control all the land by having little section controls. Okay, here, let me, remember they're Democrats? Plantation! Get it? This is the plantation is in red, and the mansions are in blue. I know not all their cities look like their mansions, but Martha's Vineyard sure looks like a mansion. It's Martha's Vineyard right there. See that? It's Martha's Vineyard. That's where people get killed in the month of July by people who are Democrats and are running for president. 3 so far. So, go online, allianceofreestates.com/donate, pick out, now let me just say, when we started this, we were not aware that the attack is actually going to be in California. We, like everybody else, was going, oh, it's Texas, it's Arizona, Florida. So we have shirts for Florida. We have a Phoenix brown desert for Arizona and Texas. This is the Texas flag. Remember the Alamo? Of the same details, Texas flag. And then the Arizona one is the Arizona flag, same symbolism here. It says Arizona, and it says, I'm your Huckleberry. How many people don't know what that means? Okay. Remember, our nation was founded with this. Of course, it wasn't so modern then. We're going to have to use these. And I'm not telling you to go out and kill people. I'm just telling you to go out and shoot criminal migrants that are attacking you or your neighbors. Remember, you have a responsible gun owner has the responsibility to not only protect himself, but protect those Americans. And Americans are anybody you can think of. Black, white, Hispanic, I know they like to separate us, but we're all Americans, okay? We're all in this together. The only ones who aren't with us are the illegals and the Democrats. The Democrats they're fucked into outer space. So if you got one of these, you have to use it responsibly, and you have to protect those that can't protect themselves, okay? There's something new that I want to add to this country. It's called an honor code. An honor code. Because if you think the people in the blue have any honor, do you think in New York City, those 2 judges that are fricking up Trump have honor? They may be called Your Honor, but they are missing honor. We have to bring that back. We need to bring back honor into this country. And honor into this country comes back when we clean out the blue shit and make it all red. Okay, and then some other, hopefully middle of the road political party will come through and start trying to rebuild what there used to be. There used to be, if you understand the history of the Democratic Party, there used to be a segment of Democrats called God and Country Democrats. Yeah, they were white people. Yeah, they were very religious. That's why the God and Country. They kind of disappeared with the Hussein the drain flushing when he took over the Democratic Party and began to remove the white people from it. Unfortunately, racism is a big deal in this country. White people are under attack. They attack black people for years. We sat back and watched these assholes kill black people all the time. You look at our history, it's there. Look at my shows. I've covered it. I've covered everything these people have done. Okay? They're just, picking and choosing who they're going to step on first. Well, it's time for us to step on them. Okay? This has basically been a video commercial of supporting the Alliance of Free States and what our job is and what we're going to do. Now, of course, with your order, we'll have your email address and we'll start putting you on the list because we're going to start putting out documentation of what's going to be done, usually in press release form, to send out to you. And I got to tell you, but this past Monday was the day I was supposed to have open heart surgery to repair a dissection. And I would have been knocked out, powerless for about 3-4 months. It takes 6 months to actually fully recover from open heart surgery. I had it done before in 2012. I was younger then. It still took me a while to get up and running, and I had never really fully recovered full energy from it. I thought to myself, if I don't have the surgery, I probably have 2 years to live, maybe 3. I asked the guy upstairs to help out. And for some reason, after I asked him to help out, the dissection has not grown since then. That was in January 2023. So for 8 months, it didn't grow. So something I did or something he did has kept me going. So to me, it was more important to do this than to be taken out with the operation for the year. 2024 is just too important. It's too important to the nation and to you and to your children and to your grandchildren. And I got a couple of grandchildren. Anybody messes with them, you know what they say, don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Wiley. Don't mess with granddads, okay? So that's the message. That's the message we're going to put out. We'll make sure it's up in Rumble and every place else we're going to put it through. The purpose of this message is twofold: to wake you the fuck up and to show you how you can help us do our job, which is getting people like you up and running and working to save this nation. We're in tough shit. We really are. You may not realize it, but when you sit back and look at it all, sit back and just think about what you've seen and what makes sense. And then put your military cap on and say, if I was going to attack the United States, would I make it so that everyone knew where I was going to attack, or would I want them to figure out we're going to attack someplace else and we'll attack where we're going to attack? The only problem was these people made this map. Now, it's possible that that video map where it shows the person going to California, maybe that's just to throw us off, but they didn't produce it for us to see. They produced it in Chinese, so the Chinese that are being brought in know how to get there, all right? And the way it works is the Chinese have a facility in Panama that's only for the Chinese. The people who are coming over to live there from China evidently have money in their pocket, okay? It's mostly men, but they do have some women there. I don't know why the women are there, but I'll let you think about it. And what they're doing is when a busload of migrants starts going up north, boop, add 5 or 6 Chinese military in, okay? Add them in, add them in. They're sending them into us, okay? And now it's actually on television. I actually saw a news report yesterday or 2 days ago where they're talking about the fact that the Chinese are coming in, the Chinese military are coming in. And the whole thought process is they could never get it done without the assistance of Biden. But it's not Biden. I mean, he's been an idiot for a while. It's Barack Obama. Barack Obama gave Afghanistan to China in 2013 and 14. Yeah, cover my shows. Go see back my shows, you'll see. Okay, it's all documented. Okay, he and Xi were talking about it. All you have to do, you don't even have to look at any of my videos. Go up online on the internet and type in Obama and Xi 2013, 2014, and you'll see shit come up and you read it and you're going to go, oh my God, Obama was going to let the Chinese take over Afghanistan. Okay, you know, this whole shit with Biden going, oh, we didn't Israel. Bullshit. They knew exactly what they were doing. Biden was only following orders. You know, that famous saying, I was only following orders. So Obama gave China Afghanistan before Trump was even elected. Okay, and the reason why they probably did it was because they figured that Hillary would come in, and Hillary's been a good communist for a long time. She had her brains removed years ago so that she could come up and say some of the dumbest shit you'd ever heard in your life. But that's why they didn't arrest her for destroying 33,000 emails that were evidence. That's called obstruction of justice. Okay, you know. They impeached or tried to impeach Trump for obstruction of Congress. The only problem was that Congress was committing crimes, and that should get thrown right the frick out the window. All right, I know I can keep talking and talking and talking, but I've said my piece. And, you know, if I can't get you to act, well, that's my fault. You can help out. You can do it. You just kind of have a little heart. Okay? How much does this flag mean to you? That flag mean to you? What does your country mean to you? What do your grandchildren mean to you? Huh? I'm sorry, but it's come to that. And if you don't think so, just sit in your couch or on your chair and watch Joe Biden for 60 seconds. Okay, for 60 seconds. Why would they allow that mental midget to run the country? I love you. Bye.